Done the close guard breaking for, I don't know, a week and a half or so. Those are like the main ones, the ones I went over, the main one that I think we should be sticking with right now. So today we're going to start a little bit of the submission defense. So we're going to start with just a super simple, just close guard arm bar is where we're going to start from defending. So, little recap, when I'm here, I'm on my toes. This makes a huge difference. Just deal with the pain, get used to it. Hands on them, not on the mat. Good amount of posture, but again, like the hip bump, we don't want to get hip bump sweep, so we're not doing anything like this, like leaning super far back. Just nice, good posture here. Knees good width. My hands are kind of pushing him down. I want to keep his hips to the mat right here. So we're just going to kind of like undo what happens when you get arm bar. So the first thing that you have to do to get an arm bar is you start breaking the posture and the guy on the bottom starts to get an angle, right? So here, obviously first thing, every time he breaks my posture, if I get my posture back, he can't arm bar me, right? Does that make sense? Just keeping the posture. He breaks my posture. Here, keep my hands on him, and I build my posture back up. Here, so the next thing, he breaks my posture and he starts cutting an angle. So he starts to cut an angle here, I can move my leg, clear his foot, and I change the angle back. So he wants that hit, I can kick my leg back, come back, change the angle. He'll never do an arm bar if we're both on a straight line. That's why I always talk about with the triangles and arm bars, you gotta get that like plus sign. So we're gonna drill up both of those in there too. Here, so now he's gonna get further. He's gonna start to lock up an arm bar here. Here, so just the most simple thing, I feel this, I feel an arm bar coming, so I bring this arm up here to where my hand can grab my bicep here. And then if I can block this leg from getting over my face, this is pretty much the defense I use now. At where I'm at, almost 16 years of training, and arm bar being my favorite submission. Knowing what makes it the hardest for me to do an arm bar, that's what I'm doing on the other side too. So I just block this knee right here. So if he starts to throw it over, try to get over my face, I'm just blocking that one knee right there. If he never gets that leg over my face, I'm not getting arm bars. Does that make sense? All right, so then he does get it over my face. I got this bicep here, and I want to bring this arm inside, getting behind his hamstring right here. So now it's like a rear naked choke right here. This is the arm he's attacking, so I have all this locked up here. Here. So now this buys me a lot of time right here by having my arm. If I just sit here long enough, he can start to extend, knock me off my base, and then stretch my arm out. But this buys me a good amount of time right here. So now if we think, what's the next step he needs to do to finish an arm bar? He needs to extend, right? Like, you don't finish an arm bar bent up, you extend like this to get the arm bar. Like, what? Go ahead, finish it. When he's here, he's like a straight line, right? So when I come here, I want to use the levers and drive his knees towards his face here. Right after I get there, I'm gonna bring this knee up and I'm gonna walk it up like this. So now my knee is holding his lower back up, his hips up. So now, as long as he's bent up, again, he's not finishing this arm bar here. So I'm in here. Once I get here, you can kind of make people miserable here. If you can't seem to get your arm out, just crush them, keep their knees by their face. But what we're trying to do is like little jerky motions till my elbow clears. Once my elbow clears, I'm good. And then from here, you can either drive the hips in to pass, or you can like leg drags down to finish the pass. So I see it coming, I start to set up my arms here. I'll block that first. But if he still manages to get it here, drive the knees up here, jam them up. Use my knee like a kickstand here to hold his hips up here. And then again, every time someone does anything offensive to you, if you counter it, use that as an opportunity for offense. Like, make them pay for it. He went for this, he got bent up like this, I'm gonna use it to pass. Does that make sense? Any questions? All right, go back to